Welcome to Breathe, Move, Rest. This practice is part of a gentle series called Rehydrate and Trust the Timing. April, and really any season of change, invites us to nourish the body and listen for readiness rather than rushing toward change. To rehydrate, we offer what the body needs, as hydration is a simple, fundamental form of nurturing. As we nurture and hydrate, we care for our joints and our nervous system, tending to readiness rather than managing outcomes, offering support rather than directing change. Trusting in timing invites a deeper relationship with the body's intelligence as a gradual unfolding. So the process flows as nourishment, allowing time to let change emerge. Today's practice focuses on rehydrating the joints, softening unnecessary effort, and allowing breath and movement to unfold at a pace that supports you. Rehydrating and Trusting Timing series is a trio of supportive practices designed to nourish the joints, calm the nervous system, and honor your body's natural pace of change. Rather than pushing into spring or whatever shift is happening right now for you, these practices invite recirculation, listening, and ease, supporting movement and stillness that unfold as the body is ready. I want to encourage you to move slowly, pause often, and trust what your body is communicating. Nothing here should be forced. We begin by nurturing what's already here and taking our time, trusting that time will take care of the rest. A warm lime water beverage for me to rehydrate from my sleep and to soothe my pitta of go, go, go. Welcome to our supportive practice of movement, of breath, movement, and rest. Remember to move slowly, pause when needed, and trust your pace. Perhaps you bring in this mantra anytime that your mind may wander, or you just need a little more layering for our intention. On the inhale, I nurture. On the exhale, I trust. I nurture. I trust. Or perhaps I nurture. I soften. Inhale, I nurture. I hydrate. I nourish. I rest. Balancing these energies of nourishing and allowing. Let's begin our breathe, move, rest practice. Finding a comfortable place to begin. Allow yourself to arrive just as you are. And scan the body. Why don't you start at the head and work towards the feet? Perhaps you start where there is the most chatter and spread from there. Right now I'm having a lot of chatter in my left quadratus lumborum, which is really just the muscle that lifts the hip bone when we walk. Just allowing yourself to slow down. Trusting this process of turning our attention inward, breathing as the fundamental practice to rehydrate the cells of the body as a nurturing practice. Exhaling as that cleansing process of letting go of what's no longer needed. So we inhale to nourish and exhale to cleanse. Maybe that mantra is enough. Inhale to nourish, exhale to cleanse. Or perhaps something a little more aligned with this shift towards spring. So breathing in, breathing out, softening to notice, to be. To trust the process. Start with a little tapping, back of the hand. Third eye. Outside corners of your eye. Hydrate, nourish, soften under the eyes to prepare for what's next, to prepare for the shift that is happening in the world, in your world, in the season, or just in your circumstance. To the upper lip. To the lower lip. The collarbones. To the rib line, maybe it's the bra line. And then the top of the head. Good. So the tapping sequence is designed to help reset the nervous system, reactivate the frontal lobe of the brain, and take us out of the lizard brain of that base of the brain at the top of the spine. Next, let's bring in a little lymphatic flush. Fingers come to the base of the spine, the top of the neck, right where the head rests, and take some circles here. Good. And then flushing down the side of the neck. You can do both sides. You can alternate. You can do one side and then the other. Or We're flushing the lymphatic system towards the center, towards the lungs, so that the exhale can help to evacuate whatever it is that we no longer need, right? Tapping onto the chest, not unlike what we just did for the nervous system. And also, not unlike, we're going to move to the armpits, but first stop at the sternum. It's the breastbone. And then into the armpits, stroke towards the sternum. Good. Other armpit. And then reach around with a floppy fist to tap on the kidneys. It's barely there at the bottom of the ribs. Good. And then in the inner groin, so right up the inseam of your thigh. Good. And then the other side. Good. I'll just clip that off. All right, so now we're going to slow it down, moving into our joint lubrication. In other words, we've settled the nervous system. We've cleansed that which might be stuck. And now let's invest in nurturing the cells through gentle movement. Curl the fingers of the hand back towards that first knuckle. Elbows rest at or on your body, and then slowly draw a circle as if the knuckles themselves were drawing on the wall in front of you. And go slow. Feel. I'm not counting. I'm not trying to exaggerate. I'm not trying to rush. But at some point, I might feel ready to go the other way. I'm looking to explore the full range of movement as slowly and as mindfully as possible, and adjusting when that heat starts to show up. Change the pattern. Not that we're avoiding the heat, but that's not the point. We're not efforting here. We're enjoying some back and forth movement of the forearms, the wrists, the hand. It's very common, very normal for me to increase my pace. So if that's the state of your being, see if you can slow down too. Allow your mind to notice what's happening. Allow your breath to adjust to what is happening. Trust this process. Trust the flow to soften and to open up the channels of communication and rehydration of all of the cells in the arm. Shake it out. Again, move at your pace. I'm moving into my shoulders, starting with a little bit of a shrug and release. So I taste that effort so that I can feel the softening. And then moving gently up, back, and down. Allowing the stretch across the front of the collarbones and the pectoralis muscles, the chest. The movement up and down and a little bit out and in from the shoulder blades, the scapula. Maybe that moves into an alternating. This time I'm going to take that into a sun breath up, together, and press down. Fill up, nourish. Ground, and release. Continue with this movement or whatever movement you are doing. And then perhaps you want to extend and bend with this spinal flossing. Extending one arm, bending the other as the head arcs up and over. Stay with this or join me in that supported lateral bend. I'm going to repeat one side. Does that feel good for you? Move into the second side. Again, proceed on your timing. Linger where you want to linger. Back off where it feels too much. I'm going to transition now to my lower body. So I'm going to pivot and bring my legs out in front. And just allow the knees perhaps to rock, the thigh to rotate. Extending the legs, take some circles of the ankles. And slow it down. Listen to what the body's asking for. Maybe you want to shake it out, a little bounce out. Maybe you want to take the legs wider. Maybe you want to lay all the way down. little concerned myself that if I lay down, I might not get back up. And since I have work to do next, that feels a little too risky. Flex and point perhaps. Again, just feeling that first inkling of heat and then changing the movement. Not that we don't want heat, but we don't want to go into effort. All right, I'm ready to turn onto my hands and shins for table pose. Hip sway, maybe even some hip dip circles. Maybe a pelvic tilt. Again, work from the pelvic muscles to tuck the tail and then lift the tail. Glutes, your butt muscles, pull the tail as if you're tucking your tail under between your legs. And then your hip flexors pull the hips forward in order for that tail to lift up. So from the vertical tilting of the pelvis, I'm going to move to the horizontal movement of the shoulder blades. So let the shoulder blades squeeze together as the chest drops. And then spread the shoulder blades and round across the upper back. Move slowly. Transition with breath. Tuck your toes if you'd like. Set some weight back, maybe a rolling stone. If that doesn't work for you, come back to the rippling cat and cow. Or whatever your body is asking for. So the rippling cat and cow, hands and shins, start at the tail, ripple all the way up to the head. And stay with this, or move with me into a half puppy extension. Maybe a full puppy where both arms go out long and the chest descends, the tail sticks high. Drawing out onto your belly for a sphinx pose and pause, or slow, active cobra lift. Exhale, rise. I'm coming back to my downward dog. Maybe you push back to child's pose. Maybe you roll onto your side for the pose of the sleeping child. Good. Stepping forward to a lunge. I'm going to come down first and then bring one leg forward to rock the Hanuman with a gentle movement back and forth. Slow and smooth. Pause to climb. Maybe take a twist. Transition to the second side. I'm going to tuck around for Skandasana. Tuck the toe, lift the knee, lift the hip, and swivel. One of my favorites. Now I'm going to swivel to my back leg. You can come back to the front and switch. Swiveling. And then beginning again. Maybe a little lingering. As you pause, maybe even extending. Soften here. Move when you're ready to move. Pause when you're ready to pause. Use the pause to understand what is here just to notice, not to make sense of, but just to observe. Good. Take that twist if you did. That feels good on this side. Coming back around to a wide-legged forward fold. If you want some more skandasana, now's a great time. Adjust the width between your feet as you need. And make your way up. Parallel the feet or even slightly turn them out for your star. Feel yourself expand. Release the hands. A little rebounding shake out as you walk those feet perhaps to a new orientation or a new distancing. We're going to move right into our empty coat sleeves before we come on down, or at least if you're going to follow what I'm listening to from my body, right? Empty coat sleeves. Oh. Little balance play here. I'm going to fold one foot behind me. You could move into a dancer's for sure. I'm just trying to wake up the hip flexors and the quads. And then I'm going to bring that knee forward. Second side when you're ready. Whew. Coming down. Some breath. Maybe a flat back lift. Fold it down to table or step it out to plank. Knees and chest, so hip stays high. Knees down, chest down, elbows in, and then press out to flatten the belly. Cobra lift. And release. And send it back. Child's pose or up to downward dog. Good. Bring one leg into your pigeon or figure four.
So you flip onto your back if that's right for you, or swivel and bow. Where is your body asking you to explore, to feel, to soften, to be? When you're ready to release the shape, again, we're just coming out to find the second side. What does that look like for you? Transitioning to your final shapes of movement and dialogue with the body. And then support for Savasana. Movement is the language of the body.
just as sound, song, humming is the language of the heart. Thoughts and ideas, the language of the mind. Let us let the body, the heart, the mind rest, soften, nourish preparation for what's next. Let the legs be heavy, the thighs and the buttocks soften. Let the arms be heavy, the belly and chest soften. The head be heavy, the forehead, eyes and cheeks, mouth and tongue soften. And when the savasana, when the stillness is complete, close your practice, rehydrate. Notice what's shifted for you. My left hip ache is gone. Yay! May you breathe deeply, move freely, labor lovingly, and live vibrantly. May you shift with grace and gratitude, nourishing yourself and allowing your body, your mind, your heart to align and trust the pace that is right for your unfolding. Namaste.